Hi, good afternoon. My name is Tyler Berkeley. I am going into my third year teaching at KIP Memphis Academy Middle School in North Memphis. So I want to dive right on in. Where it says, what is the teacher's role in supportive learning? For me, that means making myself emotionally and physically available to my kids, knowing their barriers, knowing their struggles, and having open communication with them and their parent, and also tackling what I can do to best support you, because as a teacher, I refuse to let my kids fail because of outside situations that they cannot control. Um, sorry. Improving planning and practice. I know that with me, I go based improving my planning, lesson planning, and practicing. I go by data. I go by, okay, where my kids are struggling. Let me focus on this and maybe do this for do now. Backtracking when I can. I know that I also want to appeal to their interest in my lessons to keep them interested in my lessons. Upholding professional expectations. I know that as a teacher, you have to remain professional at all times. I know from a first year teacher to a third year teacher, I have grown tremendously. Things I've done in my first year, I would never do in my third year. I know in my second year, I had a kid tried to have an altercation with me, tried to fight me, and I was silent the entire time, which made my principal very proud of me. But as a teacher, I was like, I don't know what she's going through to make her have this outburst to even want to charge in me this type of way. And then end up coming out, after that, it ended up coming out that she was going through some things, which made me, okay, she's a child, and let me be here for you on a different level, because now I know what you're going through. And holding that professional expectation instead of, because some teachers lose their cool, some teachers lose their cool, and that cannot happen, because obviously kids still look up to you and respect you after situations may occur. Okay, so collaboratively advancing the profession. For me, my colleagues, and I at KIP Memphis, we take time Wednesdays to practice teaching, to share our lesson plans, to learn from each other, to grow from each other, to share ideas, and that kind of helps us boost up our self-esteem and our confidence in the classroom, and helps us to become better teachers from learning from each other. So the deposition that I know that I possess is a teacher now. Not my first year, but as a teacher now, I know that I have that professional friendliness, warmth, genuine care. I provide emotional, spiritual, and intellectual support for not only my students, but for my parents as well. And I embrace cultural diversity. I know that I work in an urban area. I'm from South Memphis, which is an urban area, and I work in North Memphis, which is also an urban area. I know what my kids go through who live there. My black kids, and then I also know that I have undocumented kids who need support as well, to make sure they know that they do belong here, and that as a teacher I'm going to do whatever I can to protect you. So I know, like, I make myself available to them to support them in any way I know how, to make sure that they do pass and progress. I know that I need to work on my integrity. Not saying that I'm a storyteller, but when I say I'm going to upload grades or upload merits, I need to do that, because kids will come to me on Friday be like, hey, Miss B, you didn't upload your grades. I've been waiting. So when I tell kids I'm going to do something, I need to make sure I do it. Also, with personal biases, especially working in an urban area where teachers may have stereotypical biases towards kids, that can really affect the whole community, because that makes a kid feel a certain type of way, like they're not good enough, and it makes them struggle on the inside. And so it's up to our colleagues to have accountability with one another, to say, hey friend, like, this is what I see you're doing. Let me make you aware of it so we can nip it in the bud. When we say take that into perspective, like, we just always have to have a lookout, because you never know a kid's background, and you never know what as a teacher, what you represent for them. So reflecting on my own professional depositions related to education, explain how you uphold and adhere academic and professional integrity. So I know that as a third year teacher that I have to uphold the most professional level of academic integrity, just to make sure I show up for my kids that matters, to make sure that I show up for my parents, to make sure no matter what barrier that my kids have, that doesn't matter when you step into my classroom, because together we'll get over it. Always keeping a professional mindset, and just making sure that I'm available to all people who walk through that door to make sure that they succeed, and so that they can see in themselves what they see in themselves, what I see in them. Thank you so much. I try to keep my video under 5 minutes. I appreciate it. Thank you.